What's up guys, and welcome to day 31 of the 100 days RunStreak challenge, and today we're going to talk about something extraordinary that KILIAN Jornet made happen yesterday. Let's go! For those who don't know who KILIAN Jornet is, he is one of the most extraordinary ultra runners, mountain ultra runners of all time. He has won many mountain races that you probably have heard of, like the UTMB, Ultra Trail of Mont Blanc, or the Western States, and many others. He's probably considered as the best ultra runners, at least mountain ultra runners of all time. I'm not really here to judge, I just want to say that he's pretty extraordinary. And yesterday, he attended a new race. He was trying to break a world record, except that this time, there was not going to be 20,000 feet of elevation, which is where he shines. This time it was going to be a 24-hour run on a track for hundreds of laps. He was trying to beat the record from Yanis Kouros from 1997, where Kouros ran for 24 hours straight on a track for 303.5 kilometers. Just to put things in perspective, this is a pace of 4 minutes 44 seconds per kilometer for 24 hours. I'll put also the miles stuff here. I'm not super good with imperial, but I think we can all say that that's pretty damn fast. I think my best 10k performance is around this pace, and that's 10k, not 300. So anyway, the event started yesterday at 10 a.m. So obviously I tuned in half an hour before, ready to watch. So the event got pushed for a few minutes. I must say that the production from Salomon was kind of poor, like they had very few angle of cameras, very few people on the ground. I guess the current pandemic didn't help with all the organization, I must say, and they probably did the best that they could, but it was kind of hard to follow the event, I must say. Anyway, I tuned in like 2 hours after that when KILIAN was 1 hour and 30 minutes into the race. As I said, he was trying to break the record of basically 304 kilometers, and with the current pace he had after an hour and a half, it was projected to run 333 kilometers, which is normal, of course, because he didn't have to stop yet. Obviously, Kouros, back in the day, had to stop at some point. So the pace you actually see, it's despite the fact that he actually had to stop at some point. So he actually ran faster than the average pace, you can see, which is even crazier. I decided to come back an hour later, where I could actually see KILIAN this time in this all red outfit. I'm not exactly sure if the measurement you can see on the bottom left of the image was actually always accurate, because sometimes you can see making some jumps, so not 100% sure if there were some mismatch in data at some point. But anyway, 2 hours and a half in, he was still way on track to beat this record, and he wasn't showing any time of tiredness. Here is an example of the thing I didn't really get. When I tuned in when he was 7 hours in, you could see on the exact same recording that I did, at some point you see KILIAN in like 5 minutes per kilometer pace, and then just if I fast forward to the next time that his time came on screen, he was at 4.26 minutes per kilometer. So on the first pace he was late on the record, on the second pace he was way in, which was the actual one, so maybe I was misreading stuff, but it seemed that there was some kind of issue with the measurements. But anyway, he was still in. You can see that it was already at night, and that was the plan from day one. Since he was starting at 10 a.m, he obviously was going to finish at 10 a.m. the next day, which means that he had to run in Norway by like, I don't know, 0 to minus 10 Celsius degrees with snow around the track. And sometimes I feel like running a 10k is hard. One thing funny about this record is that since it's on a track, it was actually decided that every 4 hours he had the right to actually turn around, as it happens, and that's kind of crazy to think about that, but if you're going for 24 hours in one sense only, you're basically going to use your joints in an asymmetrical way, so you might end up using more your left leg than your right. So KILIAN was actually authorized to change direction of running sense every 4 hours. So that's him, you can see now on the screen, basically rotating to go in the other direction, as he was already 8 hours into the run. So that was his second rotation. One thing pretty cool about this event, and I don't really know if that's a big or a small number, I don't have really the reference to grasp what kind of streaming performance that is, but you can actually see that on the live stream from YouTube there were more than 18,000 viewers. So although it's not the final of the World Cup, I do think it's pretty cool for an event like this, especially because it's not very dramatic to see someone running around a stadium. So I think it was pretty cool. So I gave it a little more time, and eventually I returned when it was 11 hours and 12 minutes into the run, only to discover this.
Just want to give you guys a quick update on the current events. Kilian has dropped out from the 24-hour running event. We don't have any more information right now, but we will update you when we do.
And that was it until I saw Kilian's post on Instagram, where he was actually explaining that he had some pain in the chest after more than 10 hours in, and he had to stop to see a doctor, and the doctor wanted to conduct some further tests, so he was transported to the nearest hospital. All the tests were fine, but he did have to drop the race, obviously, and therefore can't achieve this incredible record. I didn't really know how I would put this into a video. First, I really wanted him to beat this record and prove that he can do anything, that we can all do anything, and we can all take on new challenges. Not because I was convinced that he could do it. It's an incredibly hard record that a lot of specialists, much better than I am, they would all say that this is pretty much an unbeatable record. But I still believed in Kilian because he has done incredible stuff that nobody would ever think being doable. So I thought maybe I could just turn this into a failed video, like how he failed and why it wasn't for him, or why this record is unbeatable, or stuff like that. And then I realized that he actually did something incredibly valuable just by attending to this event. He went super far out of his comfort zone. So yes, this is still running, and obviously this guy is an incredible runner, but as I've seen him saying in an interview once, he is never used to track the distance that he runs. He only tracks elevation. And that's because all the races where he shines, it's only when they are like 10,000 feet elevation or 20 or more. He's basically a goat. He's the fastest uphill and downhill. So going from being the king of the mountain to a flat track for 24 hours, I call this going way out of his comfort zone. He could have kept running in the mountain where he was the best and he was beating everyone, but no, he decided to go on a track and go after one of the most incredible records that probably no one is going to beat in the next 10 to 20 years. This is not a prediction, by the way. I have no clue who and when this record can or could be beaten. So I think the lesson we can all learn from Kilian is that what he did is extraordinary. Attending this event is extraordinary, and I think what we can apply in our own life is that we should all look to those very far to reach objectives that we always kind of thought about, but always thought, oh no, it's not possible, I'm not gonna make it. I want to say, let's do it. Let's try it. And even better than getting out of a comfort zone, let's try to increase this comfort zone. Let's try to achieve this objective that you never thought was possible and then become something that you do every day. I love this quote that I've seen on a lot of Facebook groups, that sometimes the hardest training of the day becomes the easy warm-up of tomorrow. And that's exactly what increasing the comfort zone is about. And I think in this respect, Kilian really did something great today. So congratulations to him on trying this record, and I hope you will all learn this lesson and try to apply it to your own life and try to beat your own record now also. That's it guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Regarding the RunStreak update, my weight this morning was at 79.8 kilograms. Obviously today is cheat meal day, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, so I don't expect the weight to be that low tomorrow morning. And regarding the run, it took me just less than an hour. So average pace, I ran my classic 10K, everything went well and I really feel strong on the legs at the moment, and hopefully tomorrow even more. By the way, if you are new on the channel, I'm running a 10K every single day for a total of 100 days, and I'm also uploading a video on YouTube every single day about my progress, tips, advices, and also to cover some running news like this one. So if you want to be part of the journey, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.